that Nike has now gotten involved in the trolling of Angel Reese, as they have decided to put a billboard in Chicago right down the road from where Angel Reese plays.
Do you recall Diana Taurasi's doubts about Caitlin Clark's ability to make an impact in the WNBA? Well, those doubts didn't just age badly. They completely fell apart when reality set in. Her name is Caitlin Clark, and from the moment she took the court, Clark not only proved her doubters wrong, but she also redefined what a rookie season could look like. In addition to winning Rookie of the Year, she earned a spot on the All-WNBA first team and set an incredible 62 records in the process. Now, the league's former MVVPs can't help but pay attention. In this video, we'll explore how 10 previous WNBA MVPs are recognizing her greatness and treating her with the respect she deserves. But wait, there's an unexpected 11th and 12th name on the list, and trust us, you won't believe who it is and what they said.
It's one of the billboards, bro. So as y'all can see, it's not one, but it's two damn billboards in downtown Chicago.
Let's discuss the figures. You already know the answer. Clark not only made history, but she completely rewrote it. She broke the record for the most assists in a single season, the most in a single game, the three-point shooting records, and the most all-star votes in league history. She's just getting started, so can you imagine what year 2 will be like?
Wait! They finna put a Caitlin Clark billboard in Angel Reese City. And I'll be damned. They did. Oh, they super did. They got not one billboard, but two billboards right next to each other.
What precisely is causing these previous MVPs to come out now? And what is motivating some of them to do so? Going back to their prior perspectives, let's dissect everything. To start, we have 3-time WNBA champion and 2-time league MVP Breanna Stewart wasted no time in recognizing Caitlin Clark for her hard-earned accolades after only 1 month in the league. Stewart knows what it takes to be the best, and she didn't hesitate to recognize Clark's immediate impact.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Ken is a fantastic player, and based on her entry into this league, I believe she will continue to compete and prove herself to everyone. Stewart, who has been in the spotlight for years, talked openly about the rookie's amazing impact on the Indiana Fever and the league overall. She realized that Clark wasn't just meeting expectations. Rather, she was rewriting the rules for what a rookie could achieve with record-breaking performances, a sizable fan base, and undeniable talent. Clark was demonstrating that she belonged among the game's elite, and Stewart was one of the first to recognize this.
And it's hilarious because it's my understanding now, she keeps telling us, Angel Reese keeps telling us, that it's not just Caitlin Clark, that she's part of this brigade of women's basketball players that are leading all these new viewers into the WNBA. And I think it's these ratings right here that prove the biggest.
Here, acknowledgement from a player of Stewart's skill says a lot. This wasn't only a passing compliment. Rather, it was a multi-time champion realizing that something exceptional was happening. Clark had just joined the WNBA, but she was already influencing the league's discourse.
Here we have the Chicago Sky social media page, everybody. I believe this is their Facebook account. You see they want to type in the mix of caps and lowercase to act like you're mocking somebody, right? So let's read this together. I know you Angel Reese fans also, y'all don't have that much intelligence and y'all got her GPA. So let's read out loud together, shall we, everybody? But why did the Chicago Sky hate the Fever? They play too hard. They talk too.
Next up is Candace Parker, a 2-time WNBA MVP and multiple league champion who hasn't held back when it comes to Clark and the iconic influence she has had on women's basketball.
This is more statistical data that proves nobody's tuning in to see Angel Reese.
Parker has been greatly impressed by Clark's game as she emphasizes the various facets of Caitlin's skill and even suggests that Clark should exercise caution as soon as she walks into the gym.
About the business and the long-term effects of the WNBA and how do we continue to make this a viable league and keep these fans around that you have? You got to think long term. And in terms of longevity, Caitlin Clark provides that right now. She is a buzzword. She is trending globally, not nationally, globally. Regardless of what team you play for, whether you're a fan, everyone's talking.
Here is Tina Charles, the 2012 league MVP and second leading scorer of all time, discussing the Caitlin Clark effect and her influence on the league.
Took her luggage and went over to LA. And yesterday was her introductory press conference where she said something that was true in nature. But again, this is the WNBA. And no matter how true, no matter how factual something may be, it doesn't matter. We deal in feelings. We don't deal with facts, but we deal with...
Charles, a respected veteran, multiple All-Star, and member of the WNBA's top 25 anniversary team, has seen players come and go discussing the accolades from one of the league's most renowned players when she says she's fortunate to play against Clark, a generational talent.
Young core, that young group that stands out to you?
I think their versatility. If you go down the line, Cam, I think Cam is a defensive player of the year, just waiting to brew. Rakia's an all-star. Ray Burrell's a tremendous talent, and I think that she could be one of the best two-way guards in the league. So when you look at the versatility, everyone can shoot, they can play multiple positions, they can guard multiple positions, and they're all competitors. They want to win, they want to get better, they want to be great.
Let's move on to something that could make you smile. Minnesota legend Maya Moore, the 2014 league MVP, is Caitlin Clark's childhood basketball idol. She talks more about how she first met Clark when she was younger.
7 days out of 7 days, I would much rather pick De'Arica Hamby and Cameron Brink over Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. That's just me. That's just the fact of the...
The two have maintained a strong relationship over the years. But what's more unexpected, the looks on their faces before Clark's final regular season game against Iowa are priceless.
Kind of make me sad because as bad as she is at layups, and she is bad, I'm going to go over percentages in a second, I don't like to see someone's confidence completely destroyed like that. It's not, what we don't set out to do that in sports. We set out to say, hey, you need to do this better. Or I don't set out to do that. But it's just a fact. She is, it's more than a fact. She is not good at...
Talk about a full circle moment. You can see the joy on Clark's face as he sees Moore, which is evidence of how much of an influence he is having on the sport. Clark has publicly stated that Moore's influence on her is the reason she makes time to spend with her followers, particularly young girls and boys.
I was looking at her stats. I jotted some down right here, and she shoots an abysmal 39% from the field. She shot below 50% on shots less than 5 feet away, which is bad.
Here is Nneka expressing their admiration for Caitlin following their All-Star Game victory. Nneka Ogwumike is the 2016 WNBA MVP and perennial All-Star.
Measurably better at basketball than Angel Reese. I think we all know this. Again, Caitlin Clark is, the huge A-list star, the Harrison Ford, back when Harrison Ford had that 20-year stretch of nothing but #1 movies. Domination, Star Wars, Indiana, historic domination. Caitlin Clark, you're seeing.
You can't dispute her influence, according to a Nneka fan. How are you? Remember Clark's worst hater, Cheryl Swoops? Her colleague and the first ever WNBA MVP, Cynthia Cooper, is putting an end to the hate and displaying some love.
Hollywood Boulevard. So it's one in Cali as well. Wow. Caitlin Clark is taking over the United States.
She even went so far as to say that Caitlin Clark's inclusion on Team USA is fantastic for basketball and for America. Talk about the ultimate flowers.
Keep waiting for the star power. I keep waiting for the supposed mainstream appeal of Angel Reese to draw flies to this incredibly stale turd. Hell, at this point, my expectations are so low, I'm just looking for Unrivaled to show signs of life. I'm just looking for minor improvements, small improvements like ratings going from nothing to almost nothing. But this damn secondary dump, they can't even give me.
Next up comes WNBA champion and 2021 League MVP Joe Jones, who will protect Caitlin Clark from all of her tormentors.
People say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness.
2011 MVP and WNBA champion, with the Indiana Fever legend for someone who has witnessed the Fever through thick and thin, Talma Catch recently expressed her admiration for Clark and talked about her influence on the entire sport. The Fever fan base is really appreciative of this.
I mean, it's incredible, honestly, and I feel very fortunate and lucky to come here to stay in the Midwest. And you know, this is the franchise in all of women's sports. I say, you know, no matter what sport it is, you know, they're certainly investing. They see the type of crowds we get. They see the excitement we're generating, not only in the state of Indiana, but all across the country. And I think the next few years are going to be amazing for this franchise, and will continue to be for hopefully 10 plus years. And hopefully we win a few championships, but they're investing to help us be really good. So just putting all the right pieces together and doing it on the floor to, you know, return that favor to them. But I'm just really thankful to be here and thankful to, you know, all of Pacers Sport and Entertainment, the Simon family, and then obviously Kelly and Amber.
Not only was it unexpected, but JJ's decision to stand up for Caitlin Clark completely changed the course of events and retaliated against all of her tormentors.
I just come out here and try to, you know, play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what comes with.
In addition to being a statement of support, Jones's defense of Clark was noteworthy because it served as a reminder that, even as the league expands, it must avoid damaging generalizations in honoring this once-in-a-generation talent. Speaking of MVPs, recall when three-time MVP Lisa Leslie declared that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese ought to share Co-Rookie of the Year honors.